I was sitting there watching the game. It was a pretty good game. I know I've watched a lot of the games all season, so I know most of the kids on both teams and watching them. And I was, he probably shouldn't have called that technical foul on Cortavius at the end of the game there. I think he was just frustrated. And I think the refs probably should let that go and just go, okay, he was frustrated because he fouled out of the game. That's why he was frustrated. That's why he said something. So, which you understand, you know. So they could have just let it go, and then it still could have had an opportunity. But that was kind of a drag for the kids. I sat and noticed I was looking at the thing because drag Mister, you're looking at Civs 76, 79, 80, 81, and 82 with the Ransom, Ware, and Jenkins teams that went to the tournament too. Yeah, so because we followed them all back then. Mom got the subscription to I got the newspaper clippings, I think, in my Foot Locker. Yeah. So. But that's interesting. I was sitting there looking at it, yeah, because I think it's 79. They won the conference championship but lost in the regionals to Grand Canyon. And then in 80 and 81 and 82, they won the regional championship and went to the national finals in Kansas City. That's back there when they had them and stuff. So I was like, wow, it's been a while. I think the last one they said they won was on the thing on the board. I think it said 88. I'm not sure. I couldn't read it real well. And the football was like 1933, 1967. Oh, wow. It's been a while. That was a long time ago since they'd won a conference championship or anything like that, or gone to the playoffs. So it was a very long time ago for that little Hispanic, historically Hispanic college in Mexican. They say it's Hispanic. I think it's Mexicans are people. Most of them are indigenous and then speak an occupier's language, which is Spanish. Okay, but I don't think most of the people up there in Grant County are Spanish aristocrats. I think they're mestizos, like here. You had the old Frank Chavez's, they're Mexican. You're like, what? I don't understand bigotry. I'm real stupid. But I had to. It had to be explained to me. What? Yeah, as a child, it had to be explained to me as a young person. Bigotry towards, I told you that Mr. Maxwell's class, when they talked to you, he goes, you never met a nicer kid than Jeff Strauss. I was like, yeah, Strauss is a good guy. But there was the bigotry about anti-Semitism. And I was like, I don't understand. He thought I was being bigoted because I said, they're white. Why are they doing that to them? I don't understand. What's going on? And he's like, Earl. And I was like, no, I get accused of being Mexican. My friends are black. I don't understand what's the whole anti-Semitism thing. That's propaganda over corporations that call themselves religions. Crazy stuff, like Pascal said not to think about. It says in the Bible, that it's folly to think about what happened to you after you're dead if you're not a good person while you're alive. And life being eternal and grace being infinite, what you reap is what you sow, and you get what you get out of life, what you put into it. And there's a lot of crappy people. I sat and watched this thing. It was on there. It had the little red eyes and Rubio's thing, and he dropped a nuke. I was like, what? They're testing nuclear or something? Like, no, it was him just sensationalizing things to get views, to hear him talk about stupid shit on his YouTube. Oh, okay. Makes sense. Dumbasses. I say what I say. And if it offends you and you're a lying, murdering sack of shit, well, good. That's what I want to do. I want you to be offended by me. I'm offended by what that man has to say. Good, you lying, murdering sack of shit. Okay. That's exactly the way I want it. I want you to feel offended. I'm the light, I'm the way, not unto the truth of the faith of Father Abraham, except through me. I'm going to cuss you out from upside one, downside the other. And he's, oh yeah, I'm going to kick your ass. Turn me loose in Solomon's temple. I got my whip right here. Sword comes out of his mouth. You going to get it. Yeah, I was enjoying watching the basketball game. The kids were playing well, and I like both teams. So, yeah, it was interesting. It was an interesting game. It was interesting. The reffing, they letting them play. It was bizarre, but yeah. And like I said, I don't think they should have called the technical on Cortavius to end the game there. But it got a little physical and stuff, and I don't think it benefited either team. I think if they had called it a little more tightly, the play would have changed a little bit. But I don't know. It was interesting. But the kids are good. I like both teams and stuff. So it was fun to watch. They're both really good. So they're two good Division II basketball teams. Yeah, they're good. They got a lot of athleticism and speed and stuff like that. I think Mr. Bird is hurt because I didn't hear him or see him caught, and I know Mr. Kelly's hurt too. So they're missing two of their better players, which and they're still doing well. So they just have to hold serve against Cameron and Oklahoma Christian and Tyler and International and all the other schools in the conference and stuff, and just hang tough to get to the Lone Star tournament and see where they go from there. We'll see what happens. So I was impressed with the way they played the other night against Western. I mean West Texas, not Western. West Texas, yeah. West Texas is a good team. I like the kids on West Texas. I've watched them a couple of times. They seem like some good kids. They seem like some pretty decent kids. So I like them. So they seem like they're decent kiddos. But man, oh man, it's goofy watching you guys do your crazy shit with technology. Your technology is not serving you well at all. Technology should be used to communicate properly so you behave properly, right? That should be, Haile Selassie, anything you gain through learning, if you use that knowledge selfishly, you negate all the wisdom in it. It's just animalistic, irrational behaviors, like testing the vehicle 400 times, No, I'm checking my list, checking it twice. Gonna find out who's naughty and nice. Okay. Now I'm not gonna fly around the world and leave a lump of coal in a sock on your on your fireplace, hanging from your fireplace. No, not gonna happen. There's an office chair that I salvaged from the dump, and I sit here and I got a mirror on the wall. Who's the worst sinner of them all? Who would rather go gambling for make-believe money that gets children raped to death in Mexico and people murdering to run the business, and then make TV shows on it that win awards, or stand up for a Lord's Prayer? It's not hard to do. Hi, I'm the Messiah. I'm the guy who's like Jesus, the man who's the seed of the heart of Psalms and the seed of Proverbs. Yeah. I'm the one who makes sure that the world lives as Islam, that we all one day submit to Islam during the life of the 1322nd Redeemer me. It's a perfect responsibility when you're the 1322nd and Redeemer me. Hi, Iran. How's it going? Hi, where else? I can't say hi to the Thamers. Thamers were hunted down and almost all murdered by Saddam Hussein and the CIA. And then he ended up, it's weird. Yeah, half your family's being hunted down and killed by the people sponsored by the CIA, but they've taken you and made you a refugee. It's confusing. It's how the CIA works. There are friends, there are enemies. There are friends, there are enemies. It's the only way to stay in business and genocide and feel powerful and be able to manipulate people, technology, and money. That's insane. I know. I'm the Messiah. Okay. And they thought I they thought I was Rain Man. 20 minutes to Wapner. I'm an excellent driver. They thought I was maximum. I'm an Aspies. I have Asperger's. I'm an Aspies. I have Asperger's. I don't recognize facial cues, and I can't find out sarcasm, and I need an invention from MIT to find out if I hurt people's feelings when I talk to them. Yeah, we already discussed that earlier in the video. I don't give a fuck if I hurt your feelings if you're a lying, murdering, second shit, right? No Asperger's here. Working perfectly fine. It was hard for my brain because when I was in Sierra Vista, it's like I could not understand them. I can't figure people out that sit there and say, I want to be faithful, true, kind, and loving and protecting. Time with family is important to me, especially since I can train my kid to put spy equipment in your living room and then try to outfuck you and then make money for doing it. And you're like, what the fuck are these? I thought you said you believed in Lord Jesus Christ there. I thought you were a Muslim. Okay, what the fuck there? I told you, I have what they call as telekinetic abilities. And when I was in that goofy tent in the parking lot at Fry's Fruit and Drug in Sierra Vista, to connect to prayer and with Muhammad, I was doing things the way the people at the fort that were studying me and make sure I was doing it right. I was doing things to draw their attention, and I would bend down and pray, and all I would hear from the assholes of the fort, he's doing it wrong. I'm like sitting there going, and then I get from Muhammad, you're privately in a tent facing, what's is east to you, Las Cruces, okay, where the spirit of your nephew is, right? And you're praying to connect to the eternal spirit of Muhammad, right? And that's what I'm doing, right? But they said my posture is wrong. I was doing it like a dog. I was doing it in the wrong direction. The Neil deGrasse Tyson and, oh, yeah. And then Chuck or whatever his name is. Just like, yeah. Everything's literal to assholes that think you have to have everything literally done to literally have more traffic than Majana's vagina. And, Graham Mogi loves her, that woman, right? Like a virgin. And so you're sitting there and you're like, these people are nuts. I don't care if I offend Madonna or what's other fucker's name? Or Baby Daddy? No. Old Sean Penn pretending to be a mass murderer in El Paso for fuck money? I don't give a fuck. What's he gonna do about it, Sean? Steven Seagal is scared of my ass. Chuck Norris probably is too. And I got a fat belly. Not as fat as the guy pretending to be King Henry on the commercial. I'd kick Derrick Henry's ass faster than he could try to run away. You gonna try to get children still mind raped with technology so you can make lots of money selling insurance? Oh, come here, boy. I'm gonna kick your ass. I called you boy, motherfucker. You went to a Christian school and you wear crosses and shit. Yeah. The people that are the ones that burn crosses. What was the name of that? Rage Against the Machine. Was that the name of that dumbass group? We need money, so let's sensationalize stuff and not understand it and explain it intelligently. Okay. You guys were listening to Suzuki or Krishnamurti? They definitely didn't listen to Selassie. Everything Selassie said, they took it and turned it into racial bullshit because that's the way of the CIA. Weren't you guys paying attention when you watched your own propaganda movies? Wakanda forever. Okay, violent sex cult tribalism with women. If you watched Wakanda Forever and you were King Solomon, you'd say, bitch, go shave your legs and come back and be a woman so I can have children with you. You came across the polished floor and your legs were covered in hair because you want to replace me as the man because you think you have greater courage than me. Yeah. Just because your mind isn't working right because you become a rapist like the men that rape you doesn't mean you have the right to judge me, woman. Now go shave your legs and come back. Okay, Sheba? Okay. And don't try to sell me any cat food. Okay? I'm the heart of Psalms and the seed of Proverbs. Okay? I'm the man that gives that gives the seed to the women of Africa to give birth to a man like Solomon. Okay? And your science partners take them and plug them into fucking computers. Okay? The origin of human creativity. Bastards, murderers, rapists, child molesters. You guys are disgusting. Hey, Vivica, want to make a movie and act like a bitch? I'll put you in the Matrix. And you ain't never coming out. Go get vaccinated. Tell everybody to go get vaccinated. I'm allergic to that vaccine. It's taken me more than 5 years to get the synthetic crap out of my liver. It's very slow and painful. I have to go out in the sun and let the melanoma turn into pus and pop out of my legs. I have to keep moving because it hurts, but my body kicks out the toxins. I'm one of the most incredible physical human beings in the whole world. I can endure horrible, manipulative, abusive, poisonous crap like no other. I can sit there and have ethyl alcohol and heroin put in my body and go on YouTube and out-explain mathematics of eternity to quantum physicists that win Nobel Prizes and Richard Dawkins Awards. I tell you, I work even in my sleep, and in my sleep I can kick the ass of the rapists that attack me with their technology so they can keep fucking you and your children with their money. And for some reason you think you like it. People need houses. People need homes. People need families that can stay together through love and kindness and caring. They don't need degrees. They don't need pieces of paper that say they have a way to get into a building to make more of your fuck murder money. Okay? You guys need your asses kicked thoroughly, completely. Okay? You better find some humility and find it real fucking quick. By the way, I did enjoy watching the basketball game, though. Peace.